Switching it up a little bit. Boom! Greetings from YouTubeville once again. Danny Savage, Draft Guru, coming at you with. Listen, bro, don't hate me. This is a 32 team NFL channel, college football channel. I've done 6, I believe, or 7 32 team mock drafts. I did one yesterday. I believe that was 7.0. Tomorrow I'll drop an 8.0 32 team 2-round mock draft. This is Dallas mock draft, I think 86. I'm going to, like I said, we're getting closer to the draft. My rankings are there. I'm not ranking anymore. I ranked 717 players and broken them down a million times, and nothing's changing. The only thing that could change from now until draft day are trades, and then that will affect value, and it'll affect like what positions some teams are going to go. Once I'm at This is going to be Dallas mock. If you like the video, sub and subscribe, like it. It don't cost a dime. Wait a second. Wait. By far the best beard on YouTube. I think it's mock draft 86.0 or 87.0 for Dallas. Once I hit 100 mock drafts, then I will do some with some trade backs. I just can't. We have to trade back. We do. We got to get another 3. We have to get another 3. At least a 4. We have to. I don't know where we're going to get it. Honestly, man, all these years we pick late, and now we're picking 12, and we got to worrying about trading back. Listen, man, there's like 5 kids that are more than worth the value at 12. And I'm just afraid going back, someone's going to grab one of these kids. But we'll see what it is. And we all know the Joneses are going to fuck up the draft, them and Will McClay, like they always do. So we'll see what happens. So, listen, bro. I know we need running backs, but I'm sorry. Every time I go to do a mock draft, I can't get myself to take a running back early. When I look at all the running backs out there, listen, unless one with listen, man, I just can't. I'm sorry. If there's a monster that slips to us in round 2, maybe I can't. I'm sorry. I can't, because the value that I see on day 3 with running backs, there's no other position with that value on day 3, except probably there's defensive tackles and a few edges with the value, but not as value as the higher up edges, defensive tackles, and linebackers. So at 12, I'm sorry, bro. If this kid is there, I cannot pass him. Mikael Williams, edge, Georgia. He's 6'6", 260. He's 20 years old, bro. He's not even done growing, man. 10-inch hands. Played the season half hurt on a high ankle sprain. Listen, man, for anyone out there that just wants to watch him, just watch both Texas's game. But watch Texas and Georgia 2 times. And you're going to see, in my opinion, the number 1 edge going up against a top 2 to 3 offensive tackle in Kelvin Banks. But Mikael Williams would line up at edge. He would line up at 3-tech, 1-tech. He lined up wherever he wanted, and he lived in Texas's backfield. for those two games, especially the first game. Bro, this kid, the sky is the limit for him. And if he's there at 12 and we trade back, man, I'm going to be fucking fuming. Excuse my language, man. So, but also when I do these drafts, it's to get new players out there because it is boring talking about the same people every single draft. You know, if you want to listen to, if you want to watch it here, you know, Victoria McMillan from Arizona, the wide receiver, this isn't the channel to hear him every single, you know. Nah, I'm sorry, this is not the channel. If you want to hear Austin Gentry every time, this is not the channel. At 44, it was really great value, fills a need. He's not getting the love he deserves either. And he's a giant goon. Staying at Georgia, bro. And I'm not a Georgia fan. Tate Rutledge, right guard, 6'6", 320. Another goon with almost 11-inch hands. 38 starts at right guard at Georgia. Nasty. He plays nasty. He plays nasty. We don't really do we really know what's going on at right guard? Everyone can say, yeah, we're just going to throw Brock Hoffman in there. And anyone ever heard of an injury to either? Could happen to either him or Trey Smith. And then what? We have TJ Bass only. And Matt Lalesko. That's Dallas's offensive line. If you can't see our offensive line is atrocious, I can't help you, man. If you can't see we have to throw draft picks at it, I can't help you. All the Dak-a-roni fans, don't you like Dak better when he's standing up instead of laying on his back after he was sacked? So all the Dak-a-roni fans who want to see Dak standing, how do you do that? You put goons around him to block for him. But they also open up holes for the running game. I don't care what team it is. Everything is won or lost up front. Offensive line and defensive line. That's it. Case closed. Over. No one's ever won a Super Bowl without having a good offensive line and a good defensive line. Doesn't happen. Sorry. This has been going on it's been going on for the last 100 years, man. The horses win up front, man. Next at 76. See, this kid's really not getting a lot of love either. Linebacker Chris Paul out of Ole Miss, 6'1", 230, plays bigger. So I know Dallas is trying to go to a bigger linebacker. He's a young kid, like I said, 6'1", 230, plays bigger than he is. Ole Miss, I have a phrase for dudes. They look like Tarzan, play like Jane. He's not one of them. He's opposite. He plays much bigger than he is, coming off a 48 tackle and a 4-sack season, man. And he's a 3-year starter. So now we have this giant gap because we like to just every year, for some reason, to be 2 years in a row, we just like to fucking give our 4th-round picks away because we got Jerry Jones as our general manager, man. And that is just pathetic. Somehow we have to get an extra 3rd or a 4th. And like I said, I just don't want to do those type of drafts till I hit 100 because you can just manipulate these things to come out with an A+ draft, but I don't do that. And I try to just put different kids in there to talk about them. This kid, I think, is very underrated next at 149. And he goes by the name of Jake Bringenstool, tight end out of Clemson. 6'6", 245. Yes, 6'6", 245. He's coming off 49 catch, 570 yards, and 7 touchdown season. And honestly, I think his best football is ahead of him. The only reason I threw him out there is because, well, number one, he made my top 10 tight end list. Number two, Who does Dallas really have? Jake Ferguson's going to be a free agent. Are you happy with having the Michigan kid? He's like Schoolmaker. Yo, you believe he's going to be 27 already? Schoolmaker. Do we really think Schoolmaker is the tight end of the future? Hey, it's possible. I don't think I really think it's unlikely, but it is possible. But I would bet against it. You know, even though he did look better when Cooper Rush came in, but in my opinion, that's just because Cooper Rush was the quarterback too, Schoolmaker was the tight end too, and they had chemistry. They were just, you know, while Dak's throwing the ball to tight end one, Ferguson, Schoolmaker's catching all the passes from Cooper Rush. It's very common when a starting quarterback goes down for basically an unknown or not as used as well wide receiver or tight end to become that backup quarterback's new friend because they have chemistry, because they practice together. But also, too, his stats probably were overinflated because Cooper Rush didn't want to go vertical. And no matter who you are, if you're a veteran or a rookie, the tight end is the quarterback's best friend. But I think him at 149 is a steal. And I've said this for months. It is a very good tight end class. It is what it is. See, this is the reason why I can't justify myself going running backs early. And I don't even like this dude because the shit he pulled in the playoff games. But at 174, Jordan James, running back, Oregon, 5'10, 210, put up a 1,200 yards and with 15 touchdowns. And I don't even like him, but you can't deny the talent. And that's day 3, bro. That's pick 174. Pick 204, 207. This kid is not even getting any I think I'm the only one who talks about him. And his name is Jaden Blue out of the University of Texas. 6 foot, 200 pounds. He only rushed for like 730 yards with 8 touchdowns. But he also caught 42 passes for 6 touchdowns. Bro, and that's a day 3 running back. That's why like this is just me. Like I said, it's all this is my opinion on how to build a team. It means absolutely nothing, but this is how I would build a team. It's me. 211. Let's be honest, man. We don't even have a defensive line. So we shored up one edge spot with Mikael Williams at edge. Now at 211, we dip back into the Lone Star State, Texas, defensive tackle Vernon Broughton. He's only 6'5", 320 pounds. He ain't going to have stats that fly off the field on you at all. No, he's just a big goon in the middle, and he's going to eat up blockers so your linebackers can flow freely to the running back. So we got a big edge. We got a big goon. Mozzie, get his ass out of here. Yo, this is another kid, man. Yo, Maryland has 2 good safeties. This is one of them. I picked 217, 3-year starter, Dante Trader, Maryland. 5'11", 200 pounds, 37 tackles. He had 1 interception, 4 passes defensed. Trader is the one safety, and the other safety I think is Prater. They have 2 good safeties. I've done both. I've ranked them both, but they're not. Like I said, 3-year starter. No one's really talking about him. Pick 217 is a steal. I'm talking about last year's running back room. This year we don't even have a running back room. I think our safety room is disgusting. I'm sorry. Uh, our safety room is brutal. Next, pick 239, Johnny Walker out of Edge, Missouri. Wonder what his parents like to drink. Yo, no joke. 6'3", 255. Long story, though. Funny story, little side story. Scotch. Me and Scotch don't get along. I had a bad experience with Scotch. I ain't lying. Jesus, man. Let me think. It was one of my friend's birthdays. I was the guy I work with. No joke. We went through like 10 bottles of Johnny Walker. And you guys can look it up. Johnny Walker, and then we even did a bottle of Jack. I think that's what killed us, but it was the 10 bottles of scotch. Johnny Walker has a bottle. It's called Swing. That's the addition. It's made to be on a boat so it don't tip over with the waves. You can find it, I'm sure, in your local liquor store. But uh, but after that 10 bottles of that and a bottle of Jack, I haven't touched Scotch. Jesus, and that's probably been like 15 years. Once I have a bad experience, I was sick for like 3 days, man. No bueno. All right, but now this Johnny Walker, he plays for Missouri. 6'3", 255. No, not getting any love. Not getting any love. Plays big, twitchy, and he's stout against the run. You would think I'm unless I'm playing a 3-4. I like, which is they're basically outside linebackers. I'm sorry, I'm old school. I like my edges 6'5", 6'6", 270, 250. I like my edges bigger. He's a little bit on the smaller side, but he plays bigger. He's only coming off a 43 tackle and a 10 sack season, bro. No one's talking. The only one that's talking Johnny Walker is the guy in the liquor store, besides myself. I haven't heard anybody mention this kid's name. But yo, check out if you're a Scotch drinker, Swing. It's called Johnny Walker Swing. The bottle is, like I said, it's made for a boat, so it don't flip over. They should pay me for a commercial. I just fucking did for them. Excuse my language. Next kid, and I guess they're letting him out of his Navy commitment. I'm sure with the president that's in now, I don't think there will be a problem. I know in past years, there's been kids from the Army and stuff and Navy that have been drafted and they haven't let them out. Dallas had it when the glory years. We had a defensive tackle by the name of Chad Hennings, and he went to the Air Force Academy. How they want to fit 6'5", 300-pound Chad Hennings into a fighter jet, I have no idea. But he went to the Air Force Academy, and Jimmy Johnson got Jerry Jones to like legit get on the phone with the people from like the Secretary of Defense. They got on the phone with I don't know who, with people from the government, but they drafted him and they got Chad Hennings out of his 5-year Air Force commitment. And I'm going to be honest with you, having kids from the service academies play in the NFL, I think is a great way for Army, Navy, Air Force to recruit soldiers by having them play. We've had some situations where they, like the one basketball player, I think David Robinson, I think he was in the Navy. How are you going to fit his big ass in the submarine? I think they just let him play basketball. But long story short, at 247, this kid is Ryan Lane, Navy, safety, 4-year starter. Bro, 5'10", 200 pounds. Let me tell you something. This kid is a missile and he doesn't care about CTE. I wasn't really talking about him for a while because I didn't know which way the military like agreement was going to go, but they're saying they're going to let him play, and I They're saying he's going to let. That's what they're saying. We'll see what happens. Don't shoot the messenger. Over his career, he has 20 passes defensed. This past season, he had 47 tackles, 3 forced fumbles, 2 INTs. And it's ironic, man. Like, yo, Navy, Army, like mostly they just run the ball. Air Force usually dominates, but they didn't have that great of a year. The year before they were good. But like I said, I just not to say that they're better and should not go to war. God forbid, nobody. Well, there shouldn't be any wars. Number one, Jay Lombardi, boom. Thank you for jumping in the chat. But I just also think too, if you get the kids in the service academies and you allow them to play, that's a great way to as a recruiting more soldiers, players, and guys that are going to defend you, me, and everyone else. Because when they're going that way, everybody else is going, well, not everybody, but majority is going the other way. But they go that way. So this was, I think, Dallas mock draft 86.0 or 87. I'm not sure. Like I said, once I get to 100, then I'll do some trade backs. It's just, we do have to trade back. We have to get another third or fourth. We can't go from round 3 and then round 5 to go to round 5. We're missing on so many talented players. This draft is, like I said, I only have like 10, 12 dudes with a first round grade, and I'm being honest. I'm not just saying that because Dallas picks 12, but I really am. There's a lot of role players, a lot of players that can work great in a rotation. Uh, there was talk the Joneses, they want a workhorse back. Come on, bro. Can we like talk honestly for a second? Like, besides last year with the Ravens and Derrick Henry and Philadelphia with Saquon Barkley, who was healthy for like the first time in his entire career. Because let's be honest, Saquon Barkley is Sean Lee's sixth cousin. Because Saquon Barkley, came out of the womb hurt. So Saquon Barkley has like his first injury-free season. And now Dallas wants a workhorse running back. This is the 2 reasons, a 3-down running back. These are the 2 reasons why I'm against it. Number 1, it's a running back by committee league, number 1. Number 2, we all know second contracts do not work out for running backs. So why do you want a 3-down running back when you can just draft a running back? You got to draft 2 running backs. Dallas has to come out of this draft with 2 running backs, and then they can pick one up in undrafted free agency. That's how deep this running back class is. I published 30. I have 37 running backs with a draftable grade. And I'm sure, as ironic as this might sound, I'm sure I might have even missed a couple. I have 37 running backs graded. And honestly, 3-down backs, I think maybe 3 or 4 right now. 5 tops. And Gentry ain't one of them, I can tell you that. You honestly think you're going to leave Gentry in on 3rd down? His ass is going to get run over by a linebacker or a safety blitzing. Gentry is not a 3-down back. He's a speedster. He can fly. He got jets. No doubt about it. He's not a 3-down. He's not an NFL 3rd-down running back. Let's be honest. Besides Oregon and Penn State, Boise State played St. Mary's School of the Blind every other week. Granted, he played good against Oregon and Penn State, but playing good 2 weeks out of the season versus playing up against other monster colleges and doing that week to week to week to week is a big difference than looking good against an injury-riddled Penn State defense, which they were, and Oregon. Can he do that for 17 weeks in the NFL? No. But what do I know, man? But I think Caleb Johnson, Iowa, is a 3-down back. Trevon Henderson, Ohio State, he's a 3-down back. Quishad Junkins, Ohio State, he's a 3-down back. Omarion Hampton, he's a 3-down back. I'm going off the top of my head. Phil Maffa, no one's talking about him. Clemson, 6'2", 240. He's a 3-down back. We're at 5. A sleeper who could be Khalil Mullins out of Michigan. He basically took Donovan Edwards' job away from him. Honestly, Donovan Edwards, he's like 6'1", 230 for Michigan. I have him on my sleeper list, and I have him ranked lower just because I don't know what Donovan Edwards we're going to see. It's Jekyll and Hyde with him. Either he comes out there and he looks like Bo Jackson, or he looks like Joe Jackson. There's no but so the idiot Joneses say they want a 3-down back in a draft where I don't know, man. It just doesn't make sense to me. It makes sense to and let's everyone that says, oh, Detroit, they got that kid at number 12 a few years ago. He's not even a full-time running back. So do you really want to invest the 12th pick overall in the draft on a part-time running back? That's what Detroit did. It's working out for them, but they're playing in a rotation. Now, what's going to happen in 2 years? Are they going to give him a giant contract? I'm sorry. I don't see running backs, unless someone is super, super special that never gets hurt anymore. I personally do not see running backs getting these second contracts. I don't. It's just easier to go out and draft one every single year. Draft 2. And I'll say this, and I know this, you've probably heard this before. I can't, it's the horses up front. Haven't we seen this Kansas City go to 3 Super Bowls with a round 7 running back out of Rutgers, Isaiah Pacheco, who I said that year was going to be a steal and got laughed at? Who's laughing now? And yet, Rutgers got another kid. No one's talking about him either. Kyle Monangai, 5'9", 210. He's a bowling ball. Watch out for him, day 3. No one's talking about him. Listen, like I said, I go to do my mocks, and I just try to throw different people in there. You can tell by my rankings who I like, but I throw different people in here because who wants to talk about the same 4 or 5 people every single mock draft? Let's be honest. 90% of these shows, these YouTube channels, they talk about Ted McMillan, Austin Gentry. That's about it. You know why? They don't watch football. I'm already watching spring games. I'm already watching. Bro, I'll have a list of players the day after the draft for next year's season. drop my marker. I talk with a marker in my hand all the time. I'm already looking at next year's players. Seriously, I mean, there's nothing more I can do. My rankings are not going to change. So just from now until the draft, it's mock drafts and daily sleepers, and also 32 team mock drafts. And that's about it. Uh, Dallas might do a trade today. I don't see them doing a trade before that, but seems like Shador is sliding. I'd be shocked if he gets past us. I really would, but whatever. It is what it is, man. But I try to talk about different players with every draft I do. Anybody got any questions? Now is the time to ask them because I think I've went a little bit too long with this mock draft. But if not, we all good. And mañana, I'll have another mock draft and I'll put out a sleeper. And we all good because we all know when you're rocking with the GWO, it's for life. Over and out.